Hello, YouTube. This is Chris from Baker Paranormal Services. My good friend, Star Crow. That's his YouTube channel name as well. I'll leave a link in his video that he sent me in the description below, and I'll try to make this as fast as possible. This is a topic that I'm very familiar with, and the, we're going to be talking about the tr-3b today. And I've done a lot of research on it as well over the years, and how it relates to the Black Triangle UFO phenomena. I believe the tr-3b is nothing more than a smokescreen, and it's a way to discredit UFOs, discredit UFO investigators or paranormal investigators, and you'll see why I think that. First, I'm going to play this little clip. This is on Netflix. It's on my account on Netflix. That well, we all know they've been trying to cover up UFOs, UFO aliens, UFO technology uh, since they first got in contact with them, since before Roswell even. Um, the swamp gas and weather balloons and uh, so on and so on isn't working anymore. It hasn't worked for a long ass time for a lot of people. And the little small section I'm going to play you is um, where another government has a UFO crash, kind of like Roswell. They come across these bodies. The U.S. government forces them to give them the bodies. Why would you? It's a pact that our government has made to where we control all UFOs, all aliens, all alien technology. I don't know if it's a I've heard it's a pact with the aliens, part of the pact with them. Paperclip. Anyway, so I'm going to start off by saying I believe in UFOs, believe in aliens, I believe in portals, I believe in a Stargate. Okay, they are real. But anyway, so I'm going to play this little clip for you, and then I'm going to go through a little small list of stuff. But listen.
And red eyes. 2 days later, a similar creature is discovered dead in the street and is quickly recovered by Brazilian security forces. Over the next 3 weeks, they reportedly capture 7 more creatures in the area. The incidents receive international coverage. Many speculate that a UFO crashed in the area, and in a bizarre twist, all alien remains were turned over to representatives from the United States. Why would Brazilian officials hand over such a monumental discovery? Was it voluntary, or were they forced? Beyond a living specimen, alien bodies remain the most compelling evidence of intelligent life on other planets. If their existence is ever made public, it would change how we see the universe forever.
Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and all right. So you got to keep in mind, and I'll show you that in this stuff that I'm going to show you here. The cost to make the tr-3b would just be outrageously crazy. It would be we wouldn't be able to afford it as a nation to be able to make one, let alone multiple. And these things are being seen everywhere, all over the earth, sometimes at the same time, at the same day. Um, it's just nuts to think that we can make one of these, and you'll see the cost of these other stealths that we have, and keep in mind of the dates and everything. Um, it would just be it would be just absolutely nuts to think that the U.S. government alone or any other government would have the money and the technology to be able to build these things and be able to know how to build them and fly them, um, manned or unmanned for that matter, would just be nuts. Um, then why are they telling the whole Earth as well? Why are they? Because there's these documents going around that are supposedly U.S. patents. Why would they be advertising that to the whole earth, the U.S. government or any other government. That's technology. If we own that kind of technology, what we could do with that is just beyond imaginable. I mean, it's worse than any sci-fi movie could ever be. Um, why are these what they're calling tr-3bs? Were they being seen in the 80s? Now keep all this in mind because you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. Why were they were being seen in the 80s? And the beginning of this when I show you this document here, it took us 46 years to come up with the first flyable rocket to be able to get somebody um, off the ground. Uh, you'll understand in a second. Um, why are we still letting our soldiers get into combat? If we own the kind of technology of a tr-3b of what they're claiming, we would never have to set another foot soldier on the ground. We would never lose another life. They would never be harmed in any way, shape, or form. Our soldiers, or any soldiers with, or any military with this technology. Yeah, we have some crazy technology, but not like this. That's has no sounds. The way it can maneuver. It has no lights on it whatsoever. Even the stealth bomb, well, it has lights, but not the lights that a normal aircraft under legal law is supposed to have. Even the stealth bomber has them. Um, and like I said, whether you believe we went to the moon or not, it doesn't matter. I personally don't believe we've been to the moon, but that's neither here nor there. And hopefully you just didn't click off this video by me saying that. But if, as you see here, and this is on NASA.gov, March 26, Robert Goddard was the first successfully launched the first liquid-fueled rocket in Auburn, Massachusetts. The first of its kind rocket, altitude of 41 feet for 2 seconds, an average of 60 miles per hour. Okay? Then if you go down here and look, in 1930s, him and a small crew went in an isolated area to continue the research. In the 1930s, Gadd's rocket hard broken the second barrier at 741 miles an hour and flown to heights of 1.7 miles per hour. Okay? And then we didn't get to the moon if we went to the moon, which I, again, don't believe we did. But if we did, we didn't get to the moon until 69. We weren't able to have a manned mission. So that's 46 years. And so you want to tell me in 10 to 11 years, we came up with the technology for the tr-3b. Okay? Yeah, right. We came up with the money, the know-how, and was able to build it in 11 years. Because the first, some real credible sightings were done in the 80s. And you'll see those here in a minute, or here in a little bit. So, I mean, none of it adds up. None of this adds up. I, again, think it's a smokescreen to pull our attention off of real UFO sightings, credible UFO sightings, credible alien encounters. It's meant to divert our attention, which they're very good at doing, and then they'll keep using the same copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and they get so lazy with it that like swamp gas, and there's no area, nowhere in the area that there's going to be swamp gas, none. Or weather balloons, like the weather balloon story, or the Battle of L.A., where they told the soldiers that they didn't know what they were shooting at. Come on. These soldiers couldn't, well-trained, well-armed soldiers couldn't bring down this weather balloon. This was supposed to be a weather balloon. And then, 47, the crash of 47, that was another cover-up. I mean, come on. Why would you need dummies in a weather balloon? You wouldn't. But that's what they said the alien bodies were. Anyway. So if you move over here, you'll see 1969, if you're not familiar with NASA's lie of history. If you want to know what I'm saying, go to my playlist, NASA and its Lies. Um, it was 1969 when we went to the moon, supposedly. So that's 40, what did I say, 41 years um, of time frame between the first flyable rocket and it couldn't even stay up in the air very long, to the first time we supposedly went to the moon. 41 years. So you want me to believe in a smaller time frame we were able to do so much more? Yeah, get right. Okay, this is the picture of the F117. Now remember this picture, okay? Because it doesn't have any lights, as you could see, as what we would see on what they call the tr-3b, okay? No lights. It has the regular flying running lights and the different collision lights and stuff like that that it's supposed to have. Um, but there's no really lights that represent like the UFO, the black UFO flying triangle. There's none. Not one bit of lights on the bottom, or even up here on top. There's no globe or anything else like that. And you'll understand that in a minute too when I play you my buddy Bo Star Crow's video that somebody had sent him, and he asked me to look at it. Okay, so this is the B-21 Raider. Okay, now remember the prices I was talking about to you earlier. This stealth, uh, and I believe these kind of things like the B-2 bomber, B-21 Raider, and so on, is alien technology. I believe like the flying wing and stuff like that that we're getting under, again, I believe it was Operation Paperclip, where we made a pact with them to get technology, and in return um, they could abduct humans and abduct animals and do certain research. And you got the Dulce base, and if you don't know what that is, I got also another playlist called Phil Schneider. Go down to that and look that up. He talks about the Dulce base as well, 7-layer base in New Mexico, Dulce, New Mexico. Anyway, but look at that, $550 million. Okay, look what it says. In development is the status. So it's not even created. It's not even fully created yet. Okay. This particular bomber isn't supposed to be enter combat service until 2025. That is a long time from now. It don't seem like it, but it is. To replace the B-1 and the B-52. All right. Now this is the B-2 Spirit, the B-2 bomber. Look at the price of that thing. $737 million in 1997, approximately flyaway cost. It was produced between the 1987s and 2000s. Okay? Then you got the F117, which was a whopping cost of $42.6 million. This ain't counting fuel. This ain't counting rockets. This ain't counting anything. Okay? To the best of my knowledge. And this one was retired in 2008. Okay? It didn't come into line until 1981 is when its first flight was. And introduction was in 83, so they flew it in 81 and then they introduced it in 83. It retired in 2008. Then so you got the B-2 bomber. Like I said, this one didn't come into, it was 89. This one's still in process of being built. Won't be ready to see action until 2025. Okay. Now, look at all these. You can look up black UFOs caught on tape, and I've done it many years ago and watched. And there's so many different. I mean, look at that. That's just a crazy number of hits when you just look up that. And I mean, it's everywhere, all over this earth. Okay. That's just a Google search. Then you go over here and you look at MUFON, you look at the tr-3b, and it says that it may secret rumors about the secret aircraft that may or may not have been tested in Area 51. Okay, so may or may not have been tested in Area 51. Again, we know what Area 51 is. It's a top secret UFO alien base where they take a lot of their. Why do you think it's so heavily restricted and it's so heavily guarded? Okay, so why would they be flying this at Area 51 if it did exist? Because it's alien technology, if it does exist, as they call it, the tr-3b. Again, I believe it's alien UFOs. Uh, I believe UFOs being manned by aliens. The triangle, black triangle. All right. So anyway, so here's the patent. Okay, St. Clair is the patent holder supposedly. I'll put the link in the description below. You can go through all this and you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So you look him up. You look up. I clicked on the link and it brought this up. Okay. And it's all these crazy ass inventions. Walking through wall training system, water emergency generator, full body teleportation system, triangular spacecraft. And these are all supposedly patents. But see, the thing is, they're not patents. They're. I watched the video, and I'll put the link in the description below, and I suggest you go check it out. One of the guys used to work for the government, U.S. government, and the other guy's an attorney, and they break it down pretty well. Um, but it's not a patent. It's a application for a patent. Okay. The video I'm going to link in the description below. I do recommend that you go check it out, um, and get a more deeper insight of what I'm saying in his video. It was kind of funny before I made this video. I had already had all this information together. It's some of it's from years and years of investigating this topic, and I was like, yep, 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 yep. And some of them I didn't know, but um, like they got a black patent project, and it's hidden patents. But yeah, anyway, so this is in the 80s. That's a well-known photograph from the 80s of Black Triangle, what they're calling the tr-3b. All right. Now think about. I just thought about that. Listen to how that's worded. tr-3b. They're subliminally putting in your mind that you're crazy for thinking this stuff. Think about that. tr-3b. They're trying to subliminally, not just physically, disprove with like this fake patent that looks like a fake patent to me, um, and and saying, "Oh, that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing." Is that's military technology. That's not alien. So anyway, I mean that's in the 80s. Black triangles are close, are a class of unidentified flying objects or UFOs. So certain common features which heavily reported have been observed during the 20th and 21st century. Okay, right here. Um, you are here, home, triangle UFOs, site pages, a mysterious aircraft which began to appear in the early 1980s. Right here, top 10 UFO sightings 1980 to 2013. Approximately 3 o'clock a.m. on 1980. Dozens of soldiers. It also turned out that the triangle UFO witnessed by Wayne Elliott. And I'm not going to click on none of these because I want to try to keep this as short as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, which I have permission to play from Bow Star Crow. And I'll show you here. I got permission for him. Can I use this video and break it down? I'll give you credits. He says, extra services, no problem, my friend. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. Go check out his channel. He does a lot of comedy stuff, but I don't believe this is comedy. I don't believe it's faked. I don't believe that he wouldn't have drawn my attention to it. He went personally to my YouTube channel and sent me a comment on my last video that I needed to check this out. He wouldn't have done that. I've known Bow Star Crow for quite a while now, and he's a comedian. He likes to have fun. He likes to do skits and so on and so on. But he's not the kind of person that I can tell would be going through all this trouble to fake something, and going through all this trouble, whether he made it or not, and then calling my attention out on it because he knows I'm a paranormal investigator. He knows I believe in this stuff, and he knows I'm going to do my research on it. So he wouldn't have done that and hurt our friendship. So anyway, if you want a good laugh, go check his channel out. He's a good dude. I've known him for a while, and I think it's cool. I don't know where he got the video from. Bostar, when you see this, if you want to, because I've asked you in the comments, who sent you this video? If you don't want to tell me in public, you can tell me in private, message me. If you have a Google Hangouts, let me know. We can talk more about it. Anyway, all right. So um, I'm going to go ahead and do it frame by frame, and I'm going to show you that it is real. To me, it looks like an actual physical solid object in the sky recorded at the same time. Um, that it wasn't added in later as CGI. And let's see here. So as you can see, you got the movements. Blow this up here. All right, look. So you can see the pixelations are different, are the same from the background of the sky. You see, I have a star right there in the background. It's faded out. It's kind of like blurred out, like the black triangle UFO there. It's flying this way, so as you see, there's no lights on it whatsoever. That is not normal for any aircraft that I know of to legally do that. See if I can find the spot I was talking about. You'll see waves coming off it as well. It's moving. As you can see, it stays the same, pretty much consistency as the background. You can see around the edges and stuff how it's all rough looking and stuff like that. That's the pixelations. You can see the pixelations and the lights that it does have on it, but it has no running lights whatsoever. And see how the pixel, I mean, look at those pixelations. I mean, that's not something that's added in to me later from what I can see. It's the camera trying to autofocus on a solid moving object. See the pixelations again on the lights. So I don't think it's CGI. It don't appear to be CGI to me. I mean, I understand CGI is good these days, but see, now this is the part that I find interesting here is there's no bubble here, no bubble here, and then a certain part in the video, I mean, look at that. And you can see the pixelations. They match the pixelations of the UFO and of um, the background, and how that at first the bottom one did that, and then the second one did that, and then it was like a portal opened up, and it just vanishes. See, it was like a portal just opened up, and it vanished. And a lot of UFO people, it's well known. I mean, look, you can see it moving still back and forth, changing shape, and then just boom, gone. A lot of people that have been well known, pilots and different things like that, uh, have, and I've seen them myself, the white balls of light, red balls of light. I've seen, I've got a UFO video, not as good as this one, of a black UFO triangle. It didn't appear to be any lights on it or anything else like that, but it was shaped just like this. You really can't make out the shape of it too much because it's not close enough. I'll put the link in the description of this video to that as well. You can check that out. But I believe this is a UFO. I don't believe it's man-made. I believe it's alien-made. I believe it's alien-controlled. Um, unless we've, like I said, I believe in stargates and portals. But unless in this short period of time we've learned how to control them, um, not just control them, but be able to fly point A to point B like this, to just be able to all of a sudden disappear in midair after becoming this big light and then gone. So, yeah. Do I believe this is a UFO? Yes. Do I believe it's man-made? No. Do I believe it's alien controlled? Yes. Do I believe this is being going through an alien portal or a Stargate of some kind? Yes, I do. You can call me crazy, you can call me nuts all you want, but I don't believe we have this technology. I think I've proven that, and the money to be able to build something of this nature, it would be just too much. And if it does happen to be alien technology, made by man, okay, still the word alien technology, which still proves aliens and UFOs are real. And we do know about them. We have contact with them, and we are getting their technology. We are stuff. The new toys that we get are easily trashed, or they're so useless. Um, like the Tesla coil, that toy that we get that's got you put your hand on it, the little ball, and it's got the electricity. It comes up to your hand and stuff. That's a Tesla coil. That's just got the weapon of it, the weaponized part of it taken out. So, what we get technology wise and what we can do technology wise, whether it's the toy itself or what the toy can do, and I use the word toy loosely, is either junk to them or it's just enough to keep us blindfolded to where we don't actually see the truth. Again, I believe this is, especially this specific video, I believe is a black UFO, triangle UFO. I believe it's being under control by aliens themselves. It's not under human control. And I believe that the end of the video here is it going through either a portal or a Stargate or a wormhole of some kind, which to the best of my ability, we don't have a technology for to know how to do. And even if we do, again, that proves UFO, to me, alien intervention, um, that we're getting information from aliens and for technology and stuff like that. And of course, we do what we do. We make weapons out of them. So, but do I believe the tr-3b is even invented? No, I do not. I don't believe it for a second. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it. I believe that the black triangles, with or without these kind of lights, are alien technology made by aliens being flown by aliens. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.